Pope Francis, the leader of the Catholic Church, passed away on April 21, 2025. He was 88 years old. The Pope's health had declined in recent months. He was hospitalized from February 14 to March 23 for bronchitis and pneumonia. Doctors were concerned about his recovery. At one point they considered halting treatment. His assistant, Massimiliano Strapetti, insisted on continuing. The Pope recovered but remained frail. He made his final public appearance on Easter Sunday, April 20th. He greeted the crowd from a balcony at St. Peter's Basilica. The Pope rode through St. Peter's Square in the Pope-mobile. He appeared weak. He used a wheelchair. His voice was raspy. Archbishop Diego Ravelli read the Pope's Easter message. The message addressed global issues. It expressed concern about rising anti-Semitism. It condemned the conflict in Gaza. The message called for a ceasefire. It highlighted the humanitarian crisis there. The Pope was particularly concerned about Gaza's Christian community. Pope Francis met with U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance that morning. The meeting took place at Casa Santa Marta. It was a brief exchange of greetings. Vance is Catholic. He brought his family to the meeting. Vance and the Pope have disagreed in the past. Immigration policy was a point of contention. Pope Francis's tenure was marked by his commitment to social justice. He advocated for the poor and marginalized. He championed the rights of immigrants and refugees. He spoke out against economic inequality. The Pope believed in a poor church for the poor. He urged the church to be a force for compassion. He was a vocal advocate for peace. He mediated conflicts around the world. He worked to build bridges between different faiths. The Pope played a key role in the thawing of relations between the U.S. and Cuba. He also helped to broker a peace agreement in Colombia. Environmentalism was a major focus of his papacy. He saw climate change as a moral issue. In 2015 he published the encyclical Laudato Si'. In it he called for action on climate change. He criticized consumerism and irresponsible development. The Pope advocated for sustainable living. Pope Francis's papacy was not without controversy. His progressive views sometimes clashed with traditionalists within the church. His outreach to other faiths, particularly Muslims, drew criticism from some quarters. However, even his critics acknowledged his deep faith and commitment to his beliefs. Pope Francis made significant efforts to build bridges with other religions. He met with leaders of different faiths. He engaged in interfaith dialogue. The Pope saw dialogue as essential for peace. He believed that religions should work together. They should address common challenges. He was a vocal advocate for the persecuted. He spoke out against religious intolerance. The Pope condemned violence against religious minorities. He called for the protection of religious freedom. He saw it as a fundamental human right. The Pope was particularly concerned about the plight of Christians in the Middle East. He spoke out against their persecution. He called for an end to the violence. The Pope advocated for humanitarian aid for those affected by conflict. He saw it as the moral responsibility of the international community. One of the most poignant examples of his commitment to peace was his visit to the Holy Land in 2014. He visited Bethlehem, Jerusalem, and Amman. He met with Palestinian and Israeli leaders. The Pope prayed for peace at the Western Wall. He called for a two-state solution. He saw it as the only way to achieve lasting peace. World leaders mourned the death of Pope Francis. Tributes poured in from around the globe. They praised his compassion, his commitment to peace, and his advocacy for the poor and marginalized. Many world leaders recalled personal encounters with the Pope. They spoke of his warmth, his humility, and his genuine concern for others. Israeli President Isaac Herzog expressed his condolences. He acknowledged the Pope's efforts to promote peace in the Middle East. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas also mourned the Pope's passing. He praised his commitment to justice for the Palestinian people. The Pope's death was a loss for the Catholic Church. It was also a loss for the world. He was a voice of conscience. He was a champion of the poor and marginalized. The Pope was a bridge builder. He was a man of peace. His legacy will continue to inspire people of all faiths and backgrounds for generations to come. He will be remembered for his humility, his compassion, and his unwavering commitment to making the world a more just and peaceful place.